My name is Nassine Saps.
So it's just a coincidence that the police chief was the same man in charge of the Las Vegas shooting. And it's just a huge coincidence that property owned by millionaires and billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Oprah, and the founder of PayPal remained untouched, while the land of the natives burned only a few feet away, literally. And it's just a huge coincidence that the island had the largest system of outdoor sirens in the world, yet they decided not to sound them or alert anybody in any way. And it's just a huge coincidence that they closed all of the schools, sent all of the children home, and turned off the water as soon as the fires started so that people couldn't put them out. And it's just a coincidence that under orders, policemen blockaded the exits, didn't allow anyone to evacuate, and forced them to jump in the water to save their own lives. And it's just a coincidence that the island is set to be the very first to operate on 100% renewable energy, and to do so, they must significantly decrease their CO2 emissions. And it's just a huge coincidence that 1 month prior to the fires, the mayor issued a press release highlighting his commitment to the United Nations 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. And it's just a coincidence that Hawaii is the only state to have submitted a voluntary local review, which is a framework and goal set to achieve sustainable development. And it's just a huge coincidence that BlackRock and the United States government are 2 out of the 3 largest landowners on the island who have been trying to buy up the land from the natives for the past few decades, who refuse to sell, and both of them are part of the renewable energy agenda. And it's just a huge coincidence that the survivors' homes that are still standing are now being evicted. And it's just a coincidence that the fact checkers saying that all of this is a coincidence are owned by BlackRock.
And so I was planning on writing another post on my website, and it was going to be one of 3 topics. War, which is deception, as one topic. Love, as another topic. Well, I guess that was only 2 topics. It's like I already know what the whole deal is, okay? The whole deal is Jesus is God, God is real, the devil is real, heaven is real, hell is real, devils are real, evil spirits are real, the government is demon-possessed and wicked and evil, the devil is controlling the government. The government is there to destroy people's lives and control them and steal everything they have and to make everybody a slave. And everyone goes along with it because the government controls all of the money worldwide. They control all the money that exists in the world. And so because they control all the money, they can control everything else, from controlling all the money through the banking system. And eventually, it's going to go to a cashless banking system where it's going to be using the computer, and all the money is going to be computer, and everything is going to turn into a computer, and you won't be able to buy anything or have any income or job or business unless you put the thing inside of your body, the computer. There's going to be a little tiny computer. A little tiny computer is going to go inside of your body so that you can buy things to live, including food. And they're going to ban bartering. They're going to make all drugs legal as like the quote-unquote positive. So they're going to mix in fake positive things, but then they're going to, in the back end, they're going to put a whole bunch of negative shit in it. Okay? And there is either going to be a fake alien invasion or a fake alien disclosure, and it's all going to happen around the same time. All right? But before that, there's going to be another war, and a whole bunch of people are going to die. And the war is going to be pre-planned, pre-set up. And the dumb fuck retarded soldiers that are fucking idiots are going to go along with it because they believe in this nationalism garbage, because they think that their countries are all separate from each other, even though they're not. And so this is basically going to happen. Now, the reason why it didn't happen yet is because, for whatever reason, God is shifting people around in reality shifting. Okay, and they're doing and God is doing reality merging and reality shifting, and every time it's about to get close to that, for the people he doesn't want to go through that, he just shifts the reality on them, and he teleports them into an alternate dimension where that doesn't happen. And so that's why it's not happened yet. That's why I don't think World War III is going to happen anytime soon, at least for me, because I don't think God wants me to go through it. And I don't think God wants a lot of different people to go through it. And so he's going to keep on shifting realities to make it be where World War III doesn't happen until we pass away from this world. And then once we pass away from this world, and the next generation coming up, Generation Z, or maybe the generation after Generation Z, which is after the millennial generation. So it goes baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y, or millennials, and then Generation Z. Okay, Generation Z are people that are currently about 18 to like 24 years old right now, maybe like around 16 to 24. That's Generation Z. Millennials are basically in their late 20s to late 30s. And then Gen Xers are basically in their early 40s to early 50s. And then baby boomers are basically early 50s until there's whatever 60 or whatever they're gonna, whatever 70, whatever. And so, probably the generation that's going to come after Generation Z, maybe they're going to have to go through it. Who knows? That's the sins of that's a generational curse. As the sins of the fathers are visited upon the children, even to the whatever generation it is. 4, 6, 8, 10 generations down the family line. And so that's literally the plan. That's literally what's going to happen. So, it's not a secret to me. It's not a mystery to me. That's literally what's going to happen. That is literally the future. Okay?
If you happen to see green lasers in the sky, not to worry. It's the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers conducting coastal surveys. And they're being done using a contracted aircraft equipped with a light detection and ranging system. The lasers are used to measure distance. Residents near Oahu's south-facing shores between Barbers Point and Diamond Head might see those broad beams of green light across the night sky. It'll happen between midnight and 5 a.m. from Friday, April the 28th through the 30th. Officials say brief exposure to the light is not harmful to the unprotected eye.
Dude, do you know how many people are asking about you, bro? Do you know? Look, it just showed up. Bro, are you okay, man? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Holy bro, I can't believe you just walked up on me. Bro, are you okay? I knew you would be okay, by the way. By the way, if you guys don't know who this is Fish. He's been sitting next to Cheeseburger in Paradise, selling the most awesome stuffs, right, for years. He's like a legend, and everyone loves Fish, and Fish loves everybody. But he's one of the wisest people that I know. Can you tell your story, man? You got time? Are you feeling all right? Or
Yeah.
I know it's middle of the day and it's hot.
Yeah. Well, I went to Safeway late because the wind was blowing, so I knew I wouldn't be able to leave that night. And electricity was off. Took me about an hour and a half to just get some orange juice. And so it was about 4 o'clock, and I went out and I saw the fire, and you couldn't even see the gateway because it was covered with smoke. And everyone's standing around just looking. And I said, I think we should get out of here because of the speed of this wind. It could be here in 2 minutes. So I went around back to Front Street, and all the cars were lined up, but none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the chart house. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. Well, it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here. And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
And so I just kept walking. Well, maybe he knows something I don't, you know. So, and I keep walking down the highway, and I look behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to Waikuli Beach, still no cars coming out. And I started hearing boom, boom, boom. And then I heard people screaming and stuff.
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
Like where that restaurant is?
Right, where the chart house
Where the chart house was, I should
Right.
say. There was a blockade there and they could not go any further.
Right. From Safeway to there, not one car had moved. And people walking in front of the people in the cars are saying, would you like a ride? And they're going, oh, okay. And they'd get in. They asked me, I said, no, you better get out of here. You know, but they just, well, we were told to evacuate by car. Okay. So I just kept walking, and I got all the way to, like I said, the Civic Center, and then I started hearing all the explosions, and there was no one walking behind me or on bicycles or anything. And I just...
Dude, that is unbelievable.
I had no idea, you know, until the next day when I walked down there of what had happened. I just, oh my...
So did you go up north to your place?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just hunkered down for the night?
Yeah.
World War III is going to happen, but for the people that God doesn't want World War III to happen, he's going to shift the realities on them, and he's going to jump, and he's going to make them to jump realities to a different reality where World War III didn't happen for them. Okay? And so this is what people call the Mandela effect and all that stuff. Okay? He's doing that. He's doing it. God is doing that. Okay? God is doing it, but it's like, who is going to say that? Okay? No one says, because it's like people don't know the truth about stuff. You're not going to hear it on YouTube. Most of them, they don't know shit about anything. Okay? And the ones that do, it's like, okay, donate to my Patreon to get the special Patreon video, because this is too hot for YouTube. So come on over to my Patreon. Give me them Patreon monies. Give me that monies. And then I will give you the special secret Patreon video of the real truth. But you gotta pay. Oh, and if you don't want to do the Patreon, well, you can become a monthly private PayPal donor. And that way you can be completely private. And there's not going to be any Patreon. You just give me your PayPal every month. And then you get the real truth, and then I'll tell you. And it's like, fucking no. That's fucking bullshit. The truth is, very simple, that the future is moving around depending on the person. So, for people that God is going to protect, he is not going to let them go through World War III, because he's going to change the reality, make them jump realities to a reality where World War III isn't happening. For the people that he wants to go through World War III for whatever reason, or he allows to go through World War III, he's not going to shift the realities for them, and they're going to live it. They're going to go through it, and they're going to live through it. The only reason World War III is going to happen is because the soldiers are believing lies from their superiors, because they don't understand that their government is satanic. Most of them don't.